Hello, dear viewers. It is our pleasure to welcome you to this latest edition of the news in English. My name is Sarah Shinhori. We'll start with the headlines. Rwanda has joined the rest of the globe in celebrating International Labour Day. A Kenyan member of parliament has been shot dead in the streets of Nairobi. And Israel's fire services say more than 150 teams are continuing to battle what they are calling the worst world wildfires in that country's history. Now straight to the details. For Rwanda to achieve its target of creating 1.2 million jobs under the second phase of the National Strategy for Transformation, everyone must play a role. In particular, employers have been urged to provide young people with opportunities for internships so that they can acquire fundamental skills as needed as they enter the workforce. This was emphasized in a message from the Ministry of Public Service and Labor during celebrations of International Labour Day. At the national level, the day was celebrated here in Kigali, where more than 600 participants from different employment sectors across the country gathered. Both older citizens and the youth, who are seen as the country's future, were called upon to embrace the values of diligence and excellence and their work to foster personal and national development, as highlighted by the Minister of Public Service and Labor.
It reminds us that behind every strong economy stands the strength of its workers, men and women who build, teach, care, innovate, and sustain our communities. This year's theme, job creation, our shared priority, underscores that employment is not the responsibility of any one institution or actor. It is our collective agenda that unites government institutions, the private sector, development partners, civil society, employees, and citizens to expand opportunities, enhance productivity, and promote decent work for all. Between 2017 and 2024, Rwanda more than doubled its annual job creation capacity from almost 156,000 to 360,000. The employment rate dropped from 70% to 14%, remembering that during the COVID pandemic we were even at 21% and today at 14%. These achievements are the testament to our resilience and shared efforts. Yet, we continue to face major employment challenges. Those are like a growing youth population seeking opportunities also in the city of Kigali, or mainly in the city of Kigali, a mismatch between graduate skills and labor market needs, persistent informality and limited social protection, and global trends from digital disruption to climate change that are reshaping work. Job creation is not a government issue alone. It's a national priority. It is a shared issue, and it must be a shared priority. And this is this reality that informed our choice of this year's Labor Day theme. That's also why the strategy we unveil today is not just a policy. It is a call to action. It lays out a clear plan to create decent jobs across all sectors, with a special focus on youth, on women, and on vulnerable groups. If we all commit to this strategy, we will all share in its success. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to briefly outline the roles we all called to play. the private sector. You are the engine of job creation. We are committed to enabling an environment that encourages investment, innovation, and growth. Training institutions and universities, skills supply must match market demands. We will work together to ensure our youth are employable and not just certified. Development partners, your support is vital. Let us align resources and strategies that place employment at the heart of sustainable development. Workers and employers' organizations, your dialogue and leadership are essential to workplace harmony and increased productivity. And to every entrepreneur, every informal worker, and especially our youth, this strategy is about you, and this strategy is for you.
The minister also stressed that to meet the goal of creating over 250,000 jobs annually, everyone must be involved and each worker should strive to increase productivity. As part of the International Labour Day celebrations, the country also launched a 5-year labour and skills development program. This program outlines key actions the government, together with its partners, will take to teach market-relevant skills, enhance workers' knowledge and capabilities, among other objectives, as was explained by the minister. On this occasion, employers were reminded to give young people the chance to gain hands-on experience so that they can acquire basic skills required in the job market, as we noted earlier. Work is seen as the foundation of the country's future and is also one of the core values enshrined in Rwanda's national motto. Now, on this International Labour Day, during the meeting that brought together labour experts, entrepreneurs and workers, participants expressed appreciation for the private sector's role in creating jobs that have transformed their lives. Some Rwandan entrepreneurs affirm that the Rwandan government has provided a conducive business environment that enabled them to invest and in turn create employment that improved the livelihoods of many workers. The mayor of Kigali City, Samuel Dusengiyumva, stated that in just the first 4 months of 2025, the city of Kigali has created 40,380 new jobs, which accounts for 83% of its annual target.
In alignment with the National Strategy for Transformation, our city, through different initiatives such as JobNet, an event whereby employers meet job seekers and discuss opportunities of collaboration, we are able to really create a momentum into promoting jobs for our youth in the city of Kigali. In this year alone, in 2025, we have been able to create around 40,380 jobs, which are representing 83% of an annual target. And this is a testament of our collaboration with the private sector and different stakeholders, and we are very happy today, and we would like to appreciate your contributions.
Now, currently, the unemployment rate stands at 14.9%, as was noted by the minister earlier, with youth making up the largest portion of that at 18%. In 2024, the Rwanda Development Board recorded $3.2 billion in investment, expected to create 51,635 jobs. Kigali City accounted for the largest share of that investment at 75.4%. equivalent to $2.47 billion. Now, Rwanda is celebrating International Labour Day at a time when the 7th Integrated Household Living Conditions Survey revealed that over 1.5 million people have risen out of poverty. Citizens attribute this progress to job creation over the past 7 years, which has played a significant role in reducing poverty across the country. This progress aligns with the national strategy set that is the national target set under the first phase of the National Strategy for Transformation, or NST1, which aimed to create 1.5 million jobs over 7 years. Across the country, many citizens now say they no longer rely on social support programs because the government assistance they received led to income-generating opportunities that helped them to exit poverty, particularly through initiatives like the Vision Umurenje program, or VUP as it is usually referred to. Under the second phase of the National Strategy for Transformation, or NST2, the government has committed to creating 1.25 million jobs over the next 5 years. Prime Minister Dr. Edouard Ngirente has emphasized that as the country's economy continues to grow, so too will the livelihoods of its citizens. In just 7 years, Rwanda has significantly reduced extreme poverty from 11.3% in 2017 to 5.4% last year. Poverty in general has also reduced from 39.8% to 27.4% over the same period. Now, the agriculture and livestock sector here in Rwanda is being recognized as a promising venue for youth employment and entrepreneurship, with the potential to significantly reduce the country's unemployment rate. This perspective is shared by young entrepreneurs working in agribusiness, as well as the government agencies and development partners involved in the sector. Jean-Paul Ndagijimana, the country director of the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, or AGRA, says that the organization aims to help youth and women create more than 130,000 agriculture and livestock-based jobs over the next 5 years. He has emphasized that technology plays a crucial role in not only job creation, but also innovation within the agricultural sector. Now, the Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources, Dr. Mark Chubahiro Wagabe, reaffirmed the government's commitment to partnering with the youth, citing their innovative ideas and strong potential. He expressed optimism that technology-driven agriculture could become a cornerstone of job creation and national development and improved livelihoods. Under the second phase of Rwanda's National Strategy for Transformation, the government aims to create 1.25 million jobs, 60% of which are expected to come from modern agriculture, with a particular focus on youth and women. Moving on, the Rwanda Mining, Petroleum and Gas Board is urging citizens to avoid illegal mining activities that could, as they are often the cause of accidents that result in the loss of life and injuries. Over the past 5 years, more than 400 people have died due to involvement in unauthorized mining operations. And Gladys Benimana with more.
Mining is one of the sectors that provides employment to Rwandans and brings in foreign exchange for the country. However, in various circumstances and methods, some citizens lose their lives or sustain injuries due to disorganized and illegal mining practices. For instance, in the Miyove area, known for gold mining in Gicumbi district, on April 30th, 2025, 3 people died and 3 others were injured after engaging in unauthorized mining activities. Local authorities acknowledge that combating illegal mining remains a major challenge. Donat Sengiumva, the head of division in charge of mineral extraction and inspection at Rwanda Mining Board, outlines the measures that have been taken to stop illegal mining.
Illegal mining is a critical concern for the industry, especially for the safety of the people. So through analyzing of that concern, we realize that it can be tackled through joint collaboration of different stakeholders, mainly local leaders and security organs. So the first measures that we have undertook is work closely with local leaders and security organs to prevent the people to be involved in illegal mining and even to stop where illegal mining is being occurred. So that's one of the measures. Secondly, is also awareness and training on new mining law recently published last year, because it has a lot of instruction and provision that can be applied heavily to someone involved in illegal mining. So we are trying to sensitize the people to not be involved in illegal mining, because once you are caught during illegal mining, there is a lot of heavy sanction that can be applied to that people. We are collecting a lot of information across the country through ongoing exploration project we have, so that we can be able to demarcate the areas with potential for mining, so that we can use those areas to attract investors to make investment. So once investment is made, we will be able to to give employment to those people who tend to be involved into illegal mining. So this is one of sustainable solutions that we believe once we get enough information, once we get capable investors, we will be able to handle the illegal mining. Through the measures, as already mentioned, we are seeing a good progress in reducing the number of the people being involved because of effort made by the stakeholders. We believe that joint collaboration is a good process, is a good measure to handle such kind of illegal mining. And what we have so far made, we are seeing a good progress in terms of reducing the number of the people involved in illegal mining, either in different areas across of the country. So that's one of the things we see, but we need to keep further doing collaboration and implementing the above measures as highlighted so that we can get at a much extent so that we reduce the illegal mining.
The mining sector in Rwanda currently employs around 81,000 people compared to about 32,000 a decade ago. The sector reports that in the past 5 years, accidents linked to unauthorized mining activities have killed 429 people and injured about 272 others. In Rwanda, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Enola, for that report. Now back to the agricultural sector, and as we noted earlier, Jean-Paul Ndagijimana, the country director for the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, says that the organization aims to help youth and women create more than 130,000 agriculture and livestock-based jobs over the next 5 years. He has emphasized that technology plays a crucial role in not only job creation, but also innovation within the agricultural sector.
We actually have a focus on youth in agriculture, in agri-food system, to create employment, simply because it's part of the government priority. If you know NST2, the country wants to create over 1,250,000 jobs in the next 5 years. As AGRA, we've taken a portion of that to create 132,000 jobs. And our focus mainly is for young women. In fact, we are programming for young women, especially in the rural area, those women with disability. We want them also to find opportunity to get a job, dignified and fulfilling jobs through agri-food system. How? They can do primary production, they can do agriculture services, they can choose to do value addition for agriculture produce, or simply they can trade in agriculture, or gain a skill that will make them employable by factories or other people who are in the system. I would put my advice in two categories. The first one is youth who are already in agri-food system. You might be there, starting a company or in a cooperative, hang in there. Because like any entrepreneurship, it's not easy. There are dry moments, hard moments. We have put in mechanism to support you. The first one is we are working with the Ministry of Innovation and Technology to put in what we call Food Innovation Hub. We are actually doing a 10-year strategy where, similarly to other initiatives that came and proved their concept in Rwanda and now have scaled, we can have things in agri-food that are starting here as a proof of concept and going beyond Rwanda. For example, for those who know the Seventh-day Adventist, they eat meat, but it's not cow meat. It's still meat. Somebody had to think of something that feel like meat, look like meat, and sell like meat. So we want to support young people who are having those ideas, because we know for Rwanda, things that are given a chance to be tried and proven, scale, Zipline and others. We are also working with the Rwanda Development Bank, and basically, we are working with them in a program called Kataza. It's helping somebody who have started to accelerate Kataza, in Rwanda word saying, move faster. And that brings access to finance at an affordable rate with conditions that are feasible and inducive to those young people to go further, including a single-digit interest rate. We are also working with RDB, Rwanda Development Board. We've started negotiation to structure all SMEs in agriculture to see what do they need to grow, working with other institutions like a business promotion network and other business development providers to make sure that the investment people have put in agriculture, be it in production, trade, services, and whatever, are sustained and create dignifying and fulfilling jobs.
Muyobozi wa sosiyete, turakwibutsa ko buri sosiyete isabwa n'itegeko kubika ibitabo bya sosiyete ndetse no gushyikiriza RDB amakuru abikubiyemo. Ibyo bitabo birimo igitabo cy'abanyamigabane, icy'abagenewe inyungu ku migabane, inyandiko y'amakuru ya sosiyete, ibaruramari ngarukamwaka n'izindi. Gutanga amakuru y'ugenewe inyungu ku migabane wanyura kuri bo.rdb.rwa, naho gutanga izindi nyandiko ukanyura kuri org.rdb.rwa.
Nyiri muto arababwiraga data bati ntabwo wagira umukamo mwinshi utunze inkimi, ariko nigeze acika intege. Mama akinjira mu bucuruzi hari abamubwiraga bati ntabwo watera imbere udakorera mu iduka rigezweho, ariko ntibyamusubije inyuma, yakoranaga umwete. Njya muri kaminuza hari abanshidikanyagaho bavuga ko nashobora kaminuza naturuka mu muryango wifashije, ariko byarangiye nanditse amateka mashya. Igihe cyo gutera ishema umuryango wanjye kigeze, bamwe bakomeje kumbwira bati ntabwo watera umuryango wawe ibyishimo n'ishema, ariko narabishoboye. Hari abakekaga ko nasigira umurage ukomeye abankomokaho, ariko ubu mfite uruganda rutunganya amata. Banki ya Kigali yabaye umufatanyabikorwa wanjye mu rugendo rwose, inzozi zanjye zibimamo. Bigereho.
Mvangiye kukubarira 1 2 3 itugwamo. So 1 2 3 gwamo. One bro.
Kuwa mbere kanda akanyenyeri 3 akanyenyeri 2 urwego maze nawe ugwemo.
Ndanezerewe umunezero nsaba umutima, ndakora akazi kanjye ndacatinga, data ntizishira, enda nawe gwamo.
Wikwisondeka.
A Kenyan member of parliament has been shot dead on the streets of Nairobi by gunmen in a suspected assassination. Police have said that the attackers had been trailing Charles Ondongo-Were's vehicle before one of them got off the motorcycle they had been riding and shot him at close range. BBC News with the details.
There's been a horrified reaction in Kenya to the gunning down of a member of parliament on one of Nairobi's main roads. Charles Ondongo-Were was ambushed on Wednesday by gunmen on a motorcycle. Police say the killing was targeted. This was obviously an extremely shocking and daring attack, given that it happened in daylight in Kenya's capital.
That's right. It happened at a busy roundabout that is usually manned by police. There is CCTV there, which the police have access to. And we understand that he was shot at close range. Police have said that it appears predetermined, premeditated, and there were two people on a motorbike that had been trailing the MP as he left Parliament, and his driver and personal assistant were unharmed. So clearly, they only went for the MP, shot him at close range, and disappeared. The aides then rushed him to hospital, which is not far away from where the incident happened, perhaps just a few minutes' drive, but he was pronounced dead on arrival.
And what potential motives are police exploring? I understand the MP had previously complained of threats to his life before.
That's right. In recent weeks, the MP has spoken publicly about threats to his life, and repeatedly he has said that he is likely to be shot at, but he also expressed confidence that because of his faith, he would be unharmed. And he did mention some names which I believe police would be investigating now. So it has come as a shock to the country. He comes from the western region of the country, a supporter of the veteran opposition leader Raila Odinga, who is currently in an arrangement with the president, and so he's been supporting the opposition leader who's now working with the president. The issues that the MP has raised previously have come to the fore since his killing last night, and police are treating this as an assassination.
Israel's fire services says more than 150 teams are continuing to battle what they have called the worst wildfires in that country's history. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has declared a national emergency after several blazes broke out on Wednesday outside of Jerusalem. Several towns have been evacuated, and Israel has requested international help, including firefighting planes, to help put out the remaining flames. BBC News once more.
Fire crews have been battling the fires there, with several people reported to have been suffering from burns and smoke inhalation. It's according to Israel's medical emergency services there. Well, let's speak to our Middle East correspondent, Yolande, now. Yolande, talk us through the situation there.
So from what we understand, there are still about 6 areas in the hills outside of Jerusalem where you've got firefighters battling these flames. They're being helped by the Israeli army as well. There are several towns in that area that have been evacuated. About 3,000 acres of land have been burnt. Now, when the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was talking about this, he said there had been a deadly combination of dryness and strong winds. You can see the wind is starting to pick up again now. In some cases, arson is suspected, also poor land management, and inevitably the Israeli media is really picking over this today, talking about the state's level of preparedness for such wildfires, because this is said to have been the biggest fire that the country has experienced. And Israel has become more prone to wildfires of this kind in recent years, with experts warning that climate change is just going to make it even more prone, that their fire hazard is increasing.
Now, before we conclude this edition of the News in English, let us again take a look at the headlines. Rwanda has joined the rest of the globe in celebrating International Labour Day. A Kenyan member of parliament has been shot dead on the streets of Nairobi. And as we just saw, Israel's fire service says more than 150 teams are continuing to battle what they are calling the worst wildfires in that country's history. I hope you had a nice Labor Day, and I'll be seeing you soon again here on Rwanda Television. Stay with the programs. Goodbye.